Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Waves of Wisdom with J.OCEANA. Be sure to subscribe for your weekly tide of truths and transformation where we dive deep and surface wiser. Today's episode is part of the Frenemy Files, the friend filter. We're talking about those quiet betrayals, the kind that come from fake friends wearing real smiles. We'll explore stories, patterns, and how to trust your intuition when someone's energy doesn't match their words. We need to learn how to separate real connections from the fake ones. Today, we're diving deep into the subtle signs of fake friends. You know, the ones who clap when you're low, but go silent when you shine. Let's talk about the red flags we often ignore, the emotional toll of one-sided friendships, and how to build a circle that genuinely supports you. So grab your tea because we're about to spill some truth.
You know who always gets looked at as the bad guy? The friend with discernment. The friend who has strong levels of discernment is always looked at as the bad guy because they are calling out people's weird, bad, fake behavior before everyone else even notices it. I have been this friend my entire life, and it's honestly a blessing and a curse because sometimes you do want to be naive. Sometimes you do want to not have to notice that somebody did something weird, but there's something in you that physically does not allow you to just overlook the weird stuff. So you call it out. You tell somebody, no, that person's actually like weird. That person's actually fake. That person actually did that deliberately. And then everyone else is like, oh, you just don't like people. You're always, calling people out. You're not a fan of anyone. You don't like anyone. And you look like the bad guy until the person does everyone else wrong. This has literally happened to me over and over again since high school. I remember there was someone in high school that I really did not like because they did something wrong to me. And everyone else chose to stay cool with them and kiss their behind until they did each and every other person wrong. Then everyone's coming back to my face and being like, yeah, I really don't like that person. That person is really fake. That person is really weird. That person is really mean. I told you guys that 3 years ago. So when you're the person that always notices it first, you typically end up being the bad guy.
Stop calling every motherfucker body your best friends. Stop calling everybody your friends and sis. They ain't your friends. Trust and believe me. Because I'm going to tell you this. If I have a best friend and she has a best friend that is not my friend, she can't come to me talking about her best friend business to me. Because then I'm going to think, bitch, that's your best friend. I'm your best friend. If you run your mouth and telling me about her motherfucking business, the fuck you think you doing about me? That ain't the motherfucking friend you want. Every time you turn around, you bring your ass over here and want to talk about and gossip about your friend. No, they ain't the motherfucking friends you want. They'll be in your face talking about you behind your motherfucking back, and then they'll go talk about the same motherfuckers to you. Next thing you know, they all at McDonald's so motherfucking wire, kicking and laughing. And bitch, you looking like, damn, didn't you just get done talking about her? They ain't no motherfucking friend. They ain't no motherfucking friend. They're just a bitch just hopping around, bitch looking to be messy. She don't have no loyalty to you at all. So be careful about who you call yourself a friend to. Y'all use that word friend too motherfucking loosely for me. Oh, that's my friend. I had to tell my motherfucking daughter, every motherfucking body ain't your friend. Don't come to me this week, this bitch your friend, and then you got some motherfucking body else. Cause I'm looking at you. Cause you know better, baby. I teach you better than that. Every motherfucking body ain't your friend. Just because you cool and you're an associate don't mean that they're your motherfucking friend. They're associate for a motherfucking reason. You associate, hi, bye, how you doing, how your day? Girl, your hair and nails look good. And bitch, you keep it moving. You ain't my motherfucking friend. That ain't somebody that I can have in my circle that I can trust. See, you understand? I don't trust you. So therefore, I remain by myself. Because if my friend come to me and talk about her best friend, bitch, I'm looking at you differently. I'm a real one, so I'm not going to go back and tell that girl what you told me about her personal business. Because, see, that was foul and that was wrong. I'm just going to look at you, and I'm going to listen to what you have to say about her. And then you're going to wonder why you ain't heard from me and why your number blocked. Bitch, your number blocked, bitch, because you start moving weirdly and different, bitch. Cause I know this bitch know all my motherfucking business. I know she know all my business because, bitch, you didn't told me all her, so I know she know all mine. Let me tell you this. Cut them off. Tell that bitch going back where she came from. Messy side of the street.
Listen, and when I tell you I was that friend, I didn't like to hang around everybody, and it had to be a certain type of rapport that we had in order for you to be considered a friend, even an acquaintance. I was that no new friends type of person, but I quickly had to realize that nah, it is actually time for some new friends, but that was due to growth and me waking up to realize that even the small group of people that I did consider friends and even family were not truly happy for me or never considered me to be a friend the same way I was for them. I think one of the major problems was that those people were so busy trying to be in the quote unquote in crowd that they diss me and even betray me for people who would pay them in dust. I truly consider myself to be the one that got away because I saw fakes and phonies from a mile away, but my own quote unquote friends couldn't see it and ended up betraying me for those same people that more than likely will or already have ended up betraying them. It's very important to learn how to use discernment and protect your energy because everybody isn't your friend. Part of that discernment needs to go to recognizing friends that will switch up on you to be more likable to others or society in general. They're more than likely only using you as a placeholder or emotional support until they are able to get the friends they really want, and then you'll be discarded. And if you're not fully discarded, they're definitely going to talk down about you to those other friends. And you do not need that in your life.
And stop giving access to people who only deal with you when it's convenient for them. Those same type of people who treat you like the space filler friend, the seat filler, they only hit you up when they want or need something like help, advice, or access. They don't include you in on their big moments, their celebrations, when it's time to have fun or group events. Only one-on-one. Or when they need your light or your energy. Suddenly, you're first on their call list then. See, some people see you as competition in public, but comfort in private. And others see you as a resource rather than a real friend. They know you're wise, put together, and glowing. So they take from that when it's beneficial for them. Understand, true friendship isn't convenience. It's consistency. That's why you have to recognize it early. Pay attention to their actions and their patterns rather than their words. Anyone can call you a friend, but a real friend will show you rather than tell you. And set boundaries. You don't have to always be available for everyone every time. Don't keep pouring into people who only show up for you when it's convenient for them. Know your worth. You're not a space filler. You're a whole vibe. If they can't see that, protect your energy and step back.
You want to know how I know when somebody is jealous or envious or just however they really feel? I look at the first expression that they give. The first expression is the real expression, is really how they feel. I knew my brothers felt a certain type of way about me by just looking at them. How they reacted to certain things to everything that I said. Especially when if it was an accomplishment of mine. My mom, same thing. Friends, same thing. I went and visited a friend in Atlanta. Was taking a video of myself while we were at the bar. She's 10 years older than me. Taking a video of myself while at the bar, like, okay. And then I turned the camera over to her. I caught on camera her looking at me like, and then she busted out laughing to try to like soften it. But I was like, oh no, bitch. I see exactly who you are. You showed me. You showed me. And it's not hard to figure out. Once now I see that, everything about you that I probably ignored or let slide start coming to my mind now. And I'm like, people can't really hide how they feel. I don't care how good of an actor they are. That very first expression, catch it. And that's going to tell you everything you need to know.
Heavy on the I'm not the space filler. See, a lot of the times people will want your light, but they'll resent you for that same light. They'll resent you for your struggle, meaning they love your fight, they love the fact that you're tough and can get over things. Otherwise, how else would they be able to keep pushing your boundaries and you not cut them off yet? But nah, for real. They love to take wisdom from you under the guise of you giving them advice. They love the comfort that you bring to them behind the scenes when they're going through it. They love your presence when they're falling apart, but they never or rarely call you to celebrate their wins or to have a good time. They keep you separate from their family or other friends. And for some of us, it may not be a problem, especially when you do like to protect your energy anyway, but sometimes there's a deeper reason for why people do that. Also, take into account that sometimes they'll invite you to celebrations just so that they can rub it into your face that they have something to celebrate, or that they have other friends that aren't you in order to stir up some jealousy within you, but that's just projection because you naturally make them feel some type of jealousy or envy towards you, and they want you to feel like you're the problem. They want to make you feel the way you make them feel. And God will always show us signs that a person truly doesn't rock with us. It's just we ignore it and want to keep giving folks the benefit of the doubt. Stop doing that. I'm learning that lesson right now. I remember when I was invited to my ex-best friend's house to drink and just chill and vibe. We were listening to music and dancing and it was all cool. And then suddenly the energy shifted and I caught him staring at me all types of crazy and quite frankly, very evilly. And I was like, oh hell no. And I can count on one hand the amount of times I went back to his house before I saw another red flag and finally cut him off for good. You see, shining and expressing yourself in a good manner and light will actually irritate their demons and piss them off. Like, they truly think you have the nerve and audacity to love yourself. It's very weird. But at the same time, they admire that about you and want to pull from that energy, which is why they'll fake the funk to be around you and play like they're a friend.
You know, someone asked me on here, why do I talk about jealousy? Why do I make, videos on jealousy and stuff like that? Not only do I go through it, I've been through it, and I still go through it. I feel like that's something we could all chime in on and talk about because also, too, it's relatable. But I talk about it because when it comes to people around you, you have to be mindful of who you hang around, y'all. And I feel like sometimes people can be a little too nice, meaning if you have that friend, a lot of y'all have friends who's supposed to been cut off a long time ago, baby. A long time ago. And these people or that person is still around you. Yes, when people say talk about jealousy, yes, jealousy is definitely a natural thing. It is natural. But no one talks about when jealousy starts becoming demonic. Certain things you can't play with, and I feel like jealousy is one of them. I'm gonna keep it real. A friend of mine and I were talking one night, and he told me a verse in the Bible, and he said that jealousy is as cruel as the grave. That means a person or people can do some wild shit and make some crazy ass decisions. If you look at Shanquilla Robinson, Kanika Jenkins, and Selena, what do they all have in common? All of them passed away in a hotel. If you know somebody don't like you, if you know deep down in your heart a group of females don't like you or anybody or males that don't like you, don't go with them nowhere. Nowhere. While you thinking everything, gonna be all right, I'm gonna be good, and you got all these good intentions that everything gonna be all right, and you got people who you think you're cool with trying to take your ass up out of here. I just want to say, y'all, you can't play with everybody. If it look like a duck, if it smell like a rat, it's a rat. If it quack like a duck, it's a duck. Don't play with stuff like that. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Nobody talks about when jealousy starts becoming demonic and evil, because when it comes down to jealousy, it is levels to that shit. It's definitely levels to that shit. And when somebody jealous of you, girl, they don't care about you being there for them. I can tell you plenty of people I've been there for. Then helped them, then been there for them, then fed them and they kids, they child too. I can tell you so many people. They don't care. Start accepting for people for who they are. If they feel a way about you, sis, if they feel a way about you, bro, that's that on that. Go ahead. You need to, what them scissors at? You need to go ahead and start cutting them off. It's not healthy and it's not safe. If you're watching this video right now, a lot of y'all already know in the back of your mind who it is you need to cut off. It's not cool, it's not healthy, and it's not safe. Go ahead and start making the right decisions, y'all, because you never know what's on somebody's mind and you never know what somebody will do to you. Jealousy is cruel as the grave.
It'd be so scary because when you think about like a friendship that you had to end because that person was like a hater, low key, or jealous, um, it's scary to think about the fact that you like, I had you in my house, I had you in my car, or I told you my personal business, I told you my personal like intimate feelings. Like that shit scares the hell out of me to even think about.
That's why I'll never be ashamed of everything I've been through or ever stop talking about my experiences because I've learned so much and gained so much wisdom and knowledge about spiritual warfare and low vibrational energy in general that I know this is my purpose to share it and be that safe space for others that I never had. There's been plenty of times where I thought about how I could have easily been one of those girls that was taken right up out of here, hanging with people that did not care about me or my well being, and would go as far as wanting to take me up out of here to feel like they're finally having their way in life. It's crazy to think back at how unsuspecting I had been to the people around me, and I guess it was because these are people that I knew for decades, like since preschool. But you can have the same or similar experiences as people and end up totally different. And you can grow up together or live near each other and have to experience the same things, but not necessarily have the same experiences or upbringing. So you also have to take that into account. Plus, everybody ain't built like you. Everybody don't have the same heart that you have. Everybody don't have the same mind that you have. And when you chosen, it just hit different, period. I know and see in hindsight just how much God has been protecting me throughout my life, and I'm just so thankful. A lot of the flawed stuff people plotted in regards to me, my mind just can't comprehend it because I don't think like that. And for real, you can't love the envy and jealousy out of a person. That takes inner work. Separate immediately. Like I said, they resent you for what you do for them and give to them, and for being what you are to them, a friend. It's sad, but it's true.
And when it comes to a friend, I don't give a fuck about cutting nobody off. I don't give a fuck how big or small you think what you did was. You're cut. Because unfortunately, that is why when y'all be falling out with bitches, it be over the most craziest shit. Because when they did that one little weird thing in the beginning of y'all friendship, you ignored it. Now she the biggest weirdo and now you're fucking confused. No.
Do yourself a favor and ask God to show you who your tribe is. Because when I tell you I was friends with the women who did not like me, and before you ask were there red flags, absolutely. So many red flags I could have been on color guard. Here's the thing, me and the chick, we were cool. We could kiki all day. One thing we had was chemistry. And I'm no dummy. She pretended to be my friend in my face, but behind my back, it was a different story. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little sad because I stood 10 toes down for this girl. But one thing I had to learn, I think a lot of us get this mixed up, is having chemistry with somebody does not make that person your friend. You got a lot of people who are smiling in your face who do not like you, but they like what you do for them. They like how you make them feel, and they like how you show up for them. When I tell you this woman meant me no good, baby, she meant me no good. But the good news is you will find your tribe. But do not be surprised if that tribe are people you feel like you have nothing in common with. These people may be different from the regular people that you deal with, but they are good for your soul. They are good for you.
One of the craziest, scariest things in this world to me is how fast somebody can switch up on you. That will forever be the craziest thing to me. Somebody will switch up on you so fast. I'm talking about in the matter of days. Actually, minutes, seconds. And when I say they will start treating you so different, the switch up is crazy. I'm talking about their attitude towards you changes. The way they communicate with you, the way they treat you, everything changes. Their body language. You can literally feel that energy when it shifts. As soon as a person don't need you anymore, as soon as they don't want you around no more, as soon as they done with you, they instantly start treating you different. They ain't told you nothing. You just gotta read the energy. You just gotta pick up on it. Like literally just 5 days ago, when you still needed me, when I still meant something to you, you were so nice to me. How did you just change that fast? You respected me. You cared about me. The way you treated me is a total 360. I tell you, it's the biggest shift in the air. You can just feel it. Tone of voice, their body language, everything changes. Insane. And honestly, unfortunately, is usually one of the first ways you can tell like something ain't right.
Exactly. The chemistry was there, the time spent was there, but the vibes were always off. And for me, it was friendship due to proximity, and the friendship should have been dissolved after we graduated high school. but lacking discernment and still being on that no new friends wave, I wanted to stay down and loyal, but there had always been red flags and betrayals that were ignored or forgiven. And it's just so crazy how people can make it seem like something when it's nothing at all. Just to have proximity to you or just to betray you in the end because they perceive you to have done something wrong to them or owe them something that they were never entitled to. If I don't like someone, I'm not going to be around them, period. But you know what they say, keep your enemies close. It's just crazy how many people can see you as an enemy because of their own personal feelings and insecurities that you seem to trigger, unknowingly at that. Just make sure that you stay on a guided path to healing and protecting your energy better than you have in the past. Don't close your heart or lose your kindness because that's ultimately what they want.
You know you've reached the next stage of maturity when those friends you have, girls or guys, the ones that are always talking shit about their other friends, they talk shit about them, they complain about them, they whinge about them, they always have something negative to say about them, but then you still see them hanging out with them all the time. Yeah, they're talking shit about you too. They're talking shit about you too, because they're not talking shit about someone who has fucked them over and they've cut them out of their lives. They're talking about the people who are still in their lives every single day. And if you're in that person's life, they're talking shit about you too. Like, you can feel it and you know it. And you know, sometimes when you meet all the other friends as well, things are a little bit sus and it's like a bit awkward because it's kind of like you don't know what to say. You don't know what you can say because you know so much about their lives already. So if they do say anything, you just kind of have to almost pretend that you don't know shit. Next. I don't want it.
It's never going to be no secret animosity with me because I'm not going to be around a bitch I don't like. Y'all hang around bitches y'all don't fuck with because you want to keep tabs, pray on their downfall. Shit is weird. Go get a life.
I'm not perfect, never claimed to be. So yeah, there was times in the past where I was that friend. I was immature. I don't care if you feel more comfortable with me and you just want to vent, or you and your other friend are going through something. I don't want to be in the middle of that mess, period. I don't want to know about it. I also had to check myself on being that type of person. It can definitely get messy, and it is messy, so just don't do it. It creates a lack of respect not only for yourself, but for your so-called friend that you continue to gossip about or vent about. But it's a whole different ballgame when it's really secret animosity and hate that you keep bottled up because you really want or need something from that person. Or just want to be weird and keep tabs on their life to ruin it or laugh and mock them behind the scenes.
I would never, for the life of me, I will never understand a bitch that can sit by for years and pretend that they like somebody, but the whole time they're envious of them. Envious. I've always kept a particular type of girl around me. Like, this type of girl gravitates to me so bad that it's scary. But this particular type of girl, she don't like me. She slick hate me a little bit, but she know it's beneficial to be around me. She know it's easier to call me her friend and her sister than a straight up beef with me or be an enemy to me. But she really can't be an enemy to me because she has no reason. She just literally doesn't like me. Like, something about me bothers her spirit. And I never find out about this particular girl until we're no longer friends and we go our separate ways. And then I found out from different people and different sources the things that she would say about me. Things that how she really feels about me. And every time I found out, I'd be like, wow, okay, that's interesting. I gave you my whole heart. I was a true friend to you. I was a sister to you. But all along, you hated my guts. And so I keep that particular girl around me in the past. Now I'm so like distant from a hoe. You can't even, I can kind of see it coming and I'd be like, oh, back up, bitch. You don't even fuck with me for real. You don't like me. You don't like me. You're intrigued. You're intrigued by something about me, but you don't like me. You don't like me, and that's okay.
When you're real and you're very authentic and you're very comfortable with yourself and you know what's wrong with you and what you got to work on, you don't be having a lot of friends. Bitches like us don't be having a lot of friends. Why? Because we are the mirror to other people. We mirror other people's behaviors. And a lot of people, humanity doesn't like the truth. I've noticed that. Not us, because we're in reality. Okay? We are bitches like me and you. We here. We could see. We see what we need to work on. But there's a lot of people that when you tell them the truth about themselves and you try to help them, like, hey, look, your situation is looking like this and like that, or hey, look, I don't really like this about you. You're like this and like that. You should change that. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people actually got offended. They got offended. They will even stop talking to you. They will paint you out to be the villain. It's crazy. The hardest thing that a human being could do is face themselves. I'm starting to know that. A lot of you bitches don't like the truth. That's why bitches like me, we don't really have friends. That's why we be loners, because y'all are fucking weird. Y'all are weird. Y'all want bitches who lie to you. Nah, bitch, I'ma tell you, yo, what's wrong with you? What's up? What's going on? And you know what? I'm gonna stay real until the day I take my last breath. Even if that means that I die alone, bitch. Fuck it.
I was always okay with being the new friend or having a friend that had other friends because I didn't used to have a lot of friends. But you know what I noticed? When it was my turn to have an extra friend around, it was always made a problem. Like people would be competing for my energy and friendship. It was so weird. I never competed for any of my friends' companionship. There had even been a few times where I introduced people or I was the main friend, like I was cool with two different friends, but it was really me in the middle, if you get what I'm saying. But then I would, find out that these two friends are going behind my back and they're hanging out. And I know they were talking about me. I never really competed for any of my friends' companionship after a certain age. Like, that's very childish. You either rock with me or you don't. You have favorites? That's cool. Kinda immature and weird, but cool. And I'm not talking about having a best friend. I'm talking about triangulating people against each other to win you over in a sadistic way. And the favorites are usually based off of who's going to let me get away with the most for the least. Me, I want real, genuine friendships. I should be able to be vulnerable with you and vice versa. I had a few friends who would never cry in front of me or really express themselves, but always wanted me to. And after a while, I really peeped what was going on, monitoring and competition.
The realest thing that I've learned about adulthood is literally leaving people where they act weird at and just leaving it at that. Not wondering why they're acting weird, not wondering why they're moving a certain way, not going out of your way to inquire why they're moving that way, and just legitimately allowing them to be off in their own space where the weird stuff resides. At the end of the day, I've realized as an adult, the more energy that I invest in wondering why other people are moving a certain way or wondering why their actions are rubbing me the wrong way or just overall wondering why they choose to have one foot in my life and one foot outside of my life when they could just have both feet outside of my life, I am taking away from the plot. And what the plot is me. When it comes to my reality, I will only have people around me that are providing dividends to my life. I refuse to surround myself with people that are trying to divide me. And that's what a lot of times these people are trying to do because they don't even really know what their real problem with you is. They just have a whole lot of animosity because you keep winning. And that's one thing about my God. He do not play about me. I'm going to keep winning.
And one thing about it, baby, I I peep weird shit from a mile away. Stay over there, bitch. I'm cool. I peeped it already. You flaw.
God don't play about me, and that's why I don't have to do what y'all doing or what y'all expect me to do or want me to do. And that's why it'll never be nothing to cut a motherfucker off and move right along with my life because I'm not wanting for anything. I am the realest on my team and always have been. And things really started to be shown to me when I was ascending in life, finally got a good man, and my first real relationship, moved out of my hometown and was feeling better about myself all the while, still grieving the loss of my father and grandmother. Life was moving really fast for me, and I really needed congratulations and support, but instead I was getting evil eye and wishes on my downfall. Nobody that I thought would be experiencing life with me right now made it to this chapter. My kids don't have godparents, and I would rather have it be this way than to still have fakes around me, or even worse, possibly not be here to get married or see my kids grow up because I never woke up and stayed in a toxic lifestyle or around people that were bad for me.
As much as I want to make new friends, I'm not mixy and mingly because I'm going to the grave with secrets of people who wanted to put me in a grave. And I'll never tell, ever. I have a personal policy that if we were friends when you told me, the lock that it's in, like the vault that it's in inside of my brain and my heart, is a friend vault. So I'm never going to tell, and a lot of y'all don't move like that. The moment you fall out with somebody, you telling all their business, you spilling all the tea. Baby, I don't do that. Okay? And I'm never clearing shit up, and it's just certain things that I'm just not doing. And I see how the girls move, baby. So I want friends like me. I want new friends, but I want friends like me.
I'd rather have no friends than fake friends. I would rather be by myself than with somebody who's pretending to like me. I like me enough that if you don't, I'm still liked. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I am praying the spirit of deception leaves your house, your family, and your circle. Somebody shout, no more deception. You ain't ever gonna be so good that everybody's good to you. What did I deserve? Is all I do is good to people. Well, there's some people who wake up to do bad. I give. Well, some people take. I gave them the truth. All they could have done. See, your problem is you expect everybody to do what you would do. You're always going to be disappointed when you get something from somebody and you're mad because they didn't give you what you would have gave them. You got to learn to accept what people have.
I want friends like me, but more importantly, I want friends that can lift me up. Be better than me. Hell, I can learn. I was just talking about wanting to be right, meaning wanting to be corrected. I want friends I can learn with and from. Just people who are willing to be honest and accountable and go through this thing called life with true companionship. Sisterhood, especially, has always been super important to me. And as much as women have betrayed me since we were girls, I'm still a girl's girl. My heart has not been hardened, and I ain't gonna put nobody on blast. I hope everybody learns their lessons. We have to stop expecting us from people and accept what they can give, and learn how to walk away from the table when you're allergic to what's being served. So to the person listening, as you move forward, remember, not everyone who claps for you is cheering for your growth. Some people are just watching. Use your discernment to separate genuine friends from hidden frenemies. Healing isn't about becoming cold. It's about becoming clear. Keep trusting yourself, setting boundaries, and choosing peace over proximity. Your healing journey deserves authentic connections.
If you don't have a lot of friends, then you're a red flag. It's complete bullshit. Bullshit. All right? It's not true. We don't have a lot of friends because we can't relate with people. Because people are fake. They're fake. And we're authentic. And we just got sick and tired of finding out that people are just fake. In fact, people with a lot of friends are the fake ones. They're the red flags. It's a skill. You guys have a skill where you can shift your personality to match the person in front of you. You would be amazing at sales, honestly.
Once you get to a certain age, I don't care what anybody thinks about me, what anybody got to say about me. I've overcome obstacles that most people would not have been able to live through. Let me tell you something, what I don't want to deal with can kiss my ass.
Watch people. Because you can fake for a long time, but one day you're going to show yourself to be a phony. That's for true. You know what I mean? And that's what these, a lot of people are doing these days.